Gives this bride to this man? Her mother-in-law. Thank you. Welcome to you all who have traveled from near or far. You may be seated. On behalf of JC and Sloan, thank you all so very much for being here. Your support means a lot to them. Ladies and gentlemen, when God created Adam at the beginning of all things, he said to himself in Genesis, "It is not good for the man to be alone. I will make a helper suitable for him." God made us so that we can rely on one another, so that we grow stronger together and sometimes carry each other through the rough patches. He made us so that when we triumph that much more with each other than when we do when we're alone. To quote chapter 10 from Mark, "Therefore a man shall leave his father and hold fast to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. So they are no longer two, but one flesh. What therefore God has joined together, let no man separate." Today, we all hold you both up in happiness. But after this moment, and as life carries you forward, you will depend on one another to face whatever challenges arise. You will need each other as partners. As equals, you will choose to be fiercely honest with one another and fiercely committed to one another, because real love demands both, and a successful marriage requires a foundation of unconditional love. In order to be here in celebration of this union, this couple had to navigate quite an interesting journey. I'd like to share a bit on their love story and how they fell for one another. In the fall of 2020, Sloan and JC's paths collided unexpectedly. As fate would have it, they both swiped right, unknowingly setting off a chain of events that would forever change their lives. After weeks of texting, they finally decided to meet for a first date. At the time, they were a few hours apart, with JC being in the Army and stationed at Fort Hood, while Sloan was in college at Texas A&M. So they decided to meet halfway between the two cities for dinner in the small rural town of Cameron, Texas. After dinner, JC took Sloan stargazing down a dark country road away from the lights. In the dead of night, they laid in his truck bed, talking, laughing, and peering into the starry sky. Suddenly, there was a sound approaching, footsteps. Fear gripped them as they listened intensely, and the steps got closer. Finally, they got the courage to peek over the side of the truck and came face to face with a cow. Laughing and relieved, their first date finished unforgettable. Despite the distance between them, JC made a consistent effort to drive every weekend to be with Sloan. She was amazed by his determination to drive that distance just to spend time together. As they continued their courtship, Sloan couldn't resist poking fun at JC, which she found endearing. It was this lighthearted banter that created a magnetic pull between them. They discovered they could be themselves with each other, joke, have fun, and their genuine connection quickly solidified their bond. Beyond their playful dynamics, their relationship was rooted in a deep care for one another. Sloan felt an incredible sense of safety in JC's presence, admiring his caring and humorous personality. JC, on the other hand, was drawn to Sloan's easygoing nature and found her cooking skills impressive. He feels that she is always looking out for him and that she keeps him on track with their faith and their life goals. They discovered they shared a surprisingly similar value system and vision for their lives. Their faith in Christ has been a central component in their devotion to each other. JC found solace and a sense of completeness in their relationship. Through marriage, they are solidifying in the world that they are united as a family. They know their relationship is truly special and that they are meant to be together. Now, they are here to embark on the next chapter in their journey. As they take this next step, they are excited to be sharing this special wedding date on the same date as Sloan's late grandparents, who married on December 2nd, 1945. Her grandfather was drafted in World War II and sent letters back and forth with her grandmother until he returned and married her shortly after. They stayed married for 48 years, embodying the old adage, "Till death do us part." Their story is a testament to the power of commitment through the bond of marriage. Following in their footsteps, Sloan and JC are now also promising their unwavering commitment to one another. They are excited to build a family with the same values and love that they share with each other. Their foundation is set, and their commitments to each other are honest and pure. While it may have been fate that drew them together, it is their determination and commitment to this holy union as to why we are here today in celebration. At this time, we will pass the rings to the immediate family for a ring warming ceremony. Go ahead, Jaden. We are asking that as you hold the rings, you briefly pray into them your blessings and love for this couple. While you do this, we will continue, and the bride and groom will exchange their vows. Once the rings reach the last person, please hold the rings, and Jaden will pick them up right before the ring exchange. Thank you. To always remember the promises you are making today. If these sacred vows are honored and kept close to your hearts, and you always live according to the best that is within each of you, your life together will be full of joy, love, and peace. Now it's time for the bride and groom to exchange their vows. JC, please go ahead.
Sloan, today we stand in front of God and our families to profess our love for each other and to promise ourselves to one another for the rest of our lives. Words cannot describe how excited I am for today, and I'm eternally grateful to call you mine. Although we've always been committed to each other since the beginning, I make these vows to you today as a promise of my love and commitment forever. I vow to love you unconditionally. I love you when we're laughing, when we're crying, and even when you hit me in the head with a stainless steel cup. I vow to always put you before myself and meet all of your needs before my own. I vow to never lead our family astray and to only propel us towards victory. I meant excellency. That's okay. I vow to always love and care for Bear and really try to do the same for Maeve. I vow to cherish you always and to never forget how lucky I am to have such an amazing woman. I vow to always steal all of the covers and defend them underneath me with all of my might. Some call marriage the end, but I know that this is our start. I feel as though I've known you for a lifetime, and I can't imagine a world where you didn't take up an absolutely bizarre amount of room in the bed with me. I love you, Sloan, and from this day forward, I will proudly and loudly call you my wife.
Sloan, your turn.
JC, I never thought I would meet the love of my life, my future husband, when I did. I was so hesitant to be in a serious relationship, but you would probably never know it because it was so easy to fall for you. You are the most amazing person that I had at the time and have ever met. I couldn't settle for a man with any less compassion, drive, and humor after I met you. And let's face it, there is nobody with more of those things. And it doesn't hurt that you're kind of handsome. I really like that about you. Over the years, you have proven your dedication to our relationship, our little dog family, and me. I love you more than you'll ever know, and I will never be able to express to you what it means to me that you have chosen to commit yourself to me for the rest of our lives. In this union of marriage, I promise to stand by you through all the love and all the pain that life may bring. I promise that when our days are long, I will make us a hot meal and turn on whatever our favorite show is so that we can cuddle in bed with our dogs. I promise to be the best mother to our children that I can be, just to hope to live up to what your parenting will be. But most of all, I promise to love you through all of our days, whether long, hard, or easy, happily and forever. I love you.
Joseph Colin Franklin, do you take Sloan to live together in the union of marriage, to take her as your best friend and partner in life, to honor, cherish, and love her from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, for all of your days?
I do.
Sloan Elizabeth Bissett, do you take JC to live together in the union of marriage, to take him as your best friend and partner in life, to honor, cherish, and love him from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, for all of your days?
I do.
We will now do the ring exchange. These rings started out as cold pieces of metal, but they have returned warmed with your blessings and love. Wedding rings are a physical representation of the vows you just made to each other. These rings were chosen by you to signify the unbroken circle of life and love. The circle represents the infinite and eternal, just as your love is to each other, just as you both are in Christ. Let these rings remind you each day of your commitment and devotion to one another. If you could bring me the rings. Yeah. If you could open. There we go. And you can take, each one of you take the ring that you're going to put on the other.
You get this.
JC, place your ring on Sloan's finger and repeat after me. With this ring, I promise you.
With this ring, I promise you.
My soul, my heart.
My soul, my heart.
My love and commitment.
My love and commitment.
From today and into eternity.
From today and into eternity.
Sloan, place your ring on JC's finger and repeat after me. With this ring, I promise you.
With this ring, I promise that you.
My soul, my heart.
My soul, my heart.
My love and commitment.
My love and commitment.
From today and into eternity.
From today and into eternity.
JC and Sloan, you came here today of your own free will and declared your love for one another in front of your family and friends. It is with such honor and joy that I now send you out into the world to spread the beautiful light that you both have with those around you. By the power vested in me by the state of Texas, I now happily pronounce you husband and wife. JC, you may now kiss the bride.
I'm messing up.
I love you.
I love you too. Let's get out of here.